All right. Anyway, as long as you hear me, it's fine. As long as it's coming through. So anyway, this is my second time here at Alpharetta Library at the open mic. I'll be reading from my book. It just came out in September, A Solar Day. I also want to say that I'm with the Atlanta Writers Club, and they have a conference next week. And I'll be one of the authors doing book signings on the 24th, which is Friday, at the Western Hotel by the airport. So if you guys could come out, that'd be fantastic. I'm just gonna read a brief excerpt from this book. Probably take about 5 minutes. The book takes place in South Korea, in Seoul specifically, and it is called A Solar Day. So this is just about 2.5 pages I'm gonna read. And it's called, this chapter is called Mother. Some of the words are Korean, but it shouldn't be that hard to understand. All right, Mother. Valentina shuddered as Young So and her mother spoke to him, but he could not put a finger on why. Putting aside his sudden unease, he maintained an excited composure at meeting his girlfriend's mother for the first time. They looked so similar, except her mother was too thin in the dress she wore, her skin pale, and she wore a wig. Her eyes sparkled with life, though, and when she moved, it was with a vibrant strength that made Valentino's heart sink. This was definitely not a cancer patient on the verge of death. Please, take a seat, Mrs. Kim said. She lived alone, but her apartment had 2 bedrooms and bathrooms, a living room, and a separate kitchen. Valentino rarely saw apartments this big in Korea. He went to a hard oak table and sat down at one of the 4 chairs arranged around it. Young So sat down beside him and placed a hand on his lap, while her mother sat opposite them and motioned at a selection of food. Please, help yourself. She set out strips of dried squid, raw fish, and gochu paste, kimchi, radish soup, green tea, nuts, and a bowl of soy sauce, quail eggs. A tin canister of Danish cookies set next to a chocolate cake. It all looks delicious, Valentino said, rubbing his hands in false delight. He and Young So began to eat, but when her mother didn't join in, concern increased Young So's face. You're not going to join us? Mrs. Kim looked sheepish. I ate earlier. Don't worry about me. The concern did not lessen in Young So's eyes. It's the codeine, isn't it? Did you eat at all today? It's difficult, Mrs. Kim admitted. My stomach always feels like it can't take much of anything except maybe a bit of tea and crackers. Young So set down the quail egg she was about to consume. We have to get you off of that, Mom. You've already lost too much weight. Valentino took this conversation in, a respectful look of concern on his face, even as he measured the scent of Young So's mother. It was true. He smelled her illness. Cancer gave off a peculiar odor that could be tasted in the blood when he fed from victims suffering from the illness. In truth, employees often avoid sick humans, preferring the robust taste of fresh, young blood. When they were in a rush, they often had little choice, and the illness a human sufferer tainted the blood. It did nothing to employees physically, but it was like eating undercooked meat or overripe fruit. The flaw in the food was unmistakable. The pain gets so bad, her mother said, rubbing her arms. I have to take something to take the edge off. The doctors don't want to prescribe anything too strong for her, Young So explained to Valentino. They're afraid it's going to have a toxic reaction to a chemo. Valentino nodded, even as a plan took shape in his head. I bet you're going to be just fine, he said, smiling at her mother. You have a strong soul. I can see that only having just met you. This made Young So and her mother laugh, but Valentino meant every word of it. A few minutes passed, and he said, May I use your restroom? Sure, it's just right down the hall. There are 2, but feel free to use either one. Valentino pushed back his chair and stood. Giving Young So a quick kiss on the cheek, He left the table and stepped into the hallway. Immediately, he moved that natural gait so that he made no sound as he walked past the first door to the second, which he guessed would be the master bedroom. When he opened that door, he saw he was right. And that's it. Thank you.